ముందుగా ప్రియమైన విద్యార్థులకు మరియు వారి తల్లిదండ్రులకు నమస్కారం. నా పేరు కె వెంకన్న జూనియర్ కాలేజ్ చైర్మన్. నేను ఈ రోజు 10th క్లాస్ విద్యార్థులను దృష్టిలో పెట్టుకొని మాట్లాడడం జరుగుతుంది. అది ఏమిటనగా, మనందరికీ తెలుసు, గత 2 సంవత్సరాలుగా కరోనా కారణంగా విద్యార్థులు ఎటువంటి పరీక్షలు రాయకుండానే పై తరగతులు పంపడం జరుగుతుంది. ఫలితంగా ఐఐటి జేఈ మరియు నీట్ లాంటి జాతీయ స్థాయి పరీక్షలను సాధించడం కష్టతరం అవుతుంది. దీనిని అధిగమించడానికి మరియు 10వ తరగతి పరీక్షలో అత్యధిక మార్కులు సాధించడానికి నేను మీ ముందుకు కె వెంకన్న జూనియర్ కాలేజ్ ప్లాట్ఫామ్ ద్వారా అనుభవజ్ఞులైన అధ్యాపకులచే ఉచిత వీడియో క్లాసులు, హ్యాండ్ రిటన్ నోట్స్ మరియు గత ప్రశ్నపత్రాల సమాధానాల విశ్లేషణ ఇవ్వబడును. కాబట్టి నేను విద్యార్థులకు చెప్పదలుచుకున్నది ఏంటంటే, ఈ ఉచిత వీడియో క్లాసులను మరియు హ్యాండ్ రిటన్ నోట్స్లను క్లాస్ రూమ్లో కూర్చొని చదువుకున్నంత సీరియస్ చదువుకోవాలను. ఇంకొకటి ఏమిటనగా, ఈ యొక్క క్లాసులు విన్న వెంటనే అర్థం చేసుకొని ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయవలను. ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయడం అంటే కేవలం చదవడం కాదు, పేపర్ మీద రాయవలను. అలాగైతే గుర్తుండిపోతుంది. దీంతో పాటు మీ యొక్క నాలెడ్జ్ని పరీక్షించుకునే కొరకు త్వరలో ప్రీ ఫైనల్ పరీక్షలు కూడా నిర్వహించబడు. ఈ యొక్క అవకాశాన్ని సద్వినియోగం చేసుకోవాలని 10th చదివే విద్యార్థులకు విజ్ఞప్తి చేస్తున్నాను.
So in this video, we'll discuss about the brain structure and what are the divisions in that. So what is the importance of this question is can be asked as a 4 mark or even your 8 mark question. So this is a brain. So brain, everyone knows what is a brain actually. So if you want to learn anything, study anything, read anything, memory, purpose, so all activities are controlled by the brain. So in this video, we'll discuss about the structure of the brain. So our brain, where it is present? Head. So it is present in the cranium called skull. So our brain is protected by cranium, hard structure called cranium. This cranium will be, means the skull. Skeleton system మనకి చూసుక skull లో ఏముంటుంది, brain అనేది ఉంటుంది. So this is the brain. Yeah, brain. So in brain, the different divisions like forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. So there are 3 parts here: forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. So what are the parts come under this forebrain? So the cerebrum and diencephalon.
Hello students, myself is Sanjay Kumar Singh and I did my B from Birla Institute of Technology, Misra, and I am having 18 years experience of teaching. Now I am associated with KVC classes. Now here the advantage which you people are going to get, that there is a technical pool of faculty, mostly from IITs. So this is one of the biggest enabler for achieving your success. The second best thing is that doubt classes and all, they are conducted in the presence of faculties. So third is that your entire curriculum, timing of teachings, all is being monitored by ITians and NITians. So come here and join us. Thanks.
They are said to be as the forebrain. So what will come in the forebrain here? The cerebrum and diencephalon comes under this forebrain. So this is a long vast structure. Can you see this is the cerebrum. So front మనకి ఇలా ఉంది కదా పోర్షన్, మన బ్రెయిన్ అనేది ఏంటి, some main unit which controls all body activities, a center for the nervous system. బ్రెయిన్ కింద ఏమైనా చేయాలంటే బ్రెయిన్ ఉండాలి. ఓకే, సో ఇన్ దాట్ ద ఫస్ట్ ఇలా మనకి ఇలా తీసుకుంటే ఇదంతా సెరిబ్రమ్. సో ఇక్కడ మనకి ఏముంటుంది, చిన్న మెదడు ఉంటుంది, కొంచెం సెరిబెల్లం హియర్. సో లాంగ్గా ఏమొస్తుంది, మెడ్యులా అబ్లాంగేటా నుంచి స్టార్ట్ ఇంకా స్పైనల్ కార్డ్కి కనెక్షన్, ఇట్ గోస్ విత్ ది స్పైనల్ కార్డ్ హియర్. సో ది ఫస్ట్ వన్ ఏంటి, ఫోర్ బ్రెయిన్. ఫోర్ బ్రెయిన్లో ఏముంటాయి పార్ట్స్ అంటే సెరిబ్రమ్ ఉంటుంది, లాంగ్ వైడ్ పోర్షన్. Wide portion of the brain is called the cerebrum. So and also diencephalon, this is all the diencephalon. Ikkada inka maniki thalamus, hypothalamus, we can see here, this is the hypothalamus and thalamus region. Thalamus and hypothalamus regions. So all these come under the forebrain. Then first we'll discuss the hindbrain. Then we'll come to the midbrain. What is the hindbrain here? The long medulla oblongata and pons varolii and cerebellum. They are the parts of the hindbrain. So can you write this? The cerebellum and the long cerebellum, long medulla oblongata. Okay, all these are the parts of the hindbrain, means back. Chinna medudu, long medulla oblongata. Can you see the long medulla oblongata, which is the connection with the spinal cord. Spinal cord toni ఈ మెడ్యులా అబ్లాంగేటా అనేది కనెక్షన్ ఉంటుంది. సో దోస్ పార్ట్స్ ఆర్ ది హైండ్ బ్రెయిన్. నెక్స్ట్ మిడిల్ బ్రెయిన్. ఈ రెండిటికి మధ్యలో ఉండేది ఏంటిది, మిడ్ బ్రెయిన్. సో జనరల్లీ ద స్ట్రక్చర్స్ present between these two structure is called the midbrain. So this portion is called the midbrain. Okay, or the middle portion is called the midbrain here. That's called the tactile structure here. This is called the midbrain. So this is the portion. This is the midbrain portion. Okay. So that's about the forebrain, midbrain and the hindbrain. So the brain. So we'll just discuss the cerebrum here. So the brain, not only it is covered by the cranium, if we just go inside, the brain is also covered by some meninges here. Meninges anevi untai. Ippudu cranium kada, this is a cranium. So it is also covered by some structures, those called meninges. Meninges anantam. Meninges. So what are those two meninges is? There are two meninges here, dura and paya. Dura is this one. So which I have drawn with the orange color, right? It's a dura. Middle, interstitial fluid, cerebrospinal fluid, this is fluid, and the inner paya. Okay, outer dura will be somewhat thick in color, something gray, something, okay, thick one is the dura here, inner is the paya mater, outer dura mater, inner paya mater. Okay, outer will be somewhat white in color and inner paya something we call it as a gray color, right? So that's it. The outer is the dura, inner is the paya, in between is the fluid, arachnoid membrane also ani kuda antam. Okay, so that's the about the meninges of the brain. So what they are, now we'll discuss about the cerebellum. Cerebellum is of it divides into two hemispheres. It divides into two hemispheres. If we see the structure of the cerebrum here, the cerebrum is a seat for the intelligence, thinking, memory power, everything here is the cerebrum. So this cerebrum is there, right? Yeah, 4 lobes. Can you see the 4 lobes? Actually first it is divided into two hemispheres, our brain like this. Okay, it is divided into two hemispheres. This is one, this is two. They are divided into two hemispheres, left and right hemispheres. So this left and right hemispheres are divided some structures called corpus callosum also we can see. This is called the corpus callosum, or Sacher will say corpus callosum. Okay, callosum. So this two hemispheres is divided into again into four lobes. So what is it, four lobes here? What is it, four lobes? Can you tell it, the four lobes? So this is the front, this is the first one is the frontal lobe here, which I am drawing with the green color. So frontal lobe is the first one, or second one which I am drawing with orange color. See, this is the parietal lobe. So parietal lobe, and third one temporal lobe here, pink one, I am doing with pink. So this is the temporal lobe, and the last one is the occipital lobe. This is third, this is the fourth one. This is the third one here, and this is the fourth one. So all these four lobes are the parts of the cerebrum. So what are the functions of the cerebrum here? Memory, thinking, power, everything is the functions, where the seat of intelligence is the cerebrum. So understood ma? In four brain we consist of the cerebrum and the diencephalon. So the cerebrum again divided into two hemisphere. This hemisphere will divide into four lobes, different lobes. That four lobes are the frontal, parietal, temporal and occipital lobes. So these are the different lobes here. Next one. So this is the middle diencephalon. The function is the motor and the sensory function, and anger, your anger control will be under the control of the diencephalon here. That's about the forebrain. And the hindbrain, you know, the cerebellum. So the long, see here the structure. So this is the last structure of the brain, this is the cerebellum. Okay. And next one, the long portion is called the medulla oblongata. This medulla oblongata is continuous with the spinal cord. And not only this, we also see the structure called pons varolii. It is also the part of the hindbrain, and the portion which is present between these two is the midbrain. Okay, tacture like structures. So that's the thing, tactum like structure, tactum like the small structure, that's all, tactum like structure that's present in the midbrain. So these are some certain parts, and we'll see the functions of cerebrum, midbrain and the hindbrain. So these are some functions of the structure. The cerebrum, what I said, right? Mental abilities, memory. Here I told you that the seat of intelligence, the seat of intelligence is done by the cerebrum here, and the diencephalon. Diencephalon, it does the sensory impulse, like outside from stimula to the sensory organs, then to the central nervous system. It carries this stimulus that is done by the diencephalon, and muscular activity is also done by this. Anger, your anger management is done by this. And midbrain, I told you, right, the motor impulse and sensory impulse, both it will do. And cerebellum, mainly voluntary actions like muscle actions done by cerebellum. Medulla oblongata, all the cardiac one and the respiratory, vomiting, coughing. So whatever all these actions are controlled by the medulla oblongata. So that is about the brain structure. If they ask you for the 4-mark answer, you should be ready with this.